What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Cameron working on my car. We got a 2007 Ford 500 and some of the basic tools here to get started off with, and more over there if you need them. We are replacing the strut assembly, this whole assembly, all the way from the top, all the way from the bottom, and taking apart the CV axle. That is pretty much brand new. I just replaced it not from long ago. And of course, the outer tie rods we are replacing, which I got them right here, ready to go. Got the brand new struts right here, ready to go. And we're also replacing the lower control arms, which I already got them off, and they are right here. These are the lower old control arms, and these are the old tie rods. And almost got this side down. The reason I'm making this video, because a lot of people, they say you have to take out the rotor, the caliper, the brakes, and everything like that, which what it does is it puts too much stress on your wires. So in future, instead of just messing with this once a year, a lot of people mess with it a lot more, taking it off. Heavy equipment like that puts strains on right on the sides right here, right where the metal and rubber connects, and eventually it fails and builds more corrosion inside, and your caliper fails due to that, instead of getting full caliper life actually out of all the strut and strut assembly. So what I have decided was how to do it smart. What I did was I took off my, of course, the outer tie rod. I took off the lower control arm because I'm already changing that as well. But instead of taking the whole control arm, what you can do is right back here where the ball joints connect, right there. That's the hub bearing hole. Hang on. This is the hub bearing hole right here, and this is where the ball joint is. So if you're just changing the shock, all you have to do is undo your ball joint. The lower control arm pretty much just drops just like this, like that. You can hold that down, then put a jack underneath it instead of putting all the strain on it. And watch this, this is so cool. And instead of taking all this out, all you do is this. Watch this part right here. You leave everything bolted, because a lot of people, what they do is they start taking these bolts off from top. What you want to do is you want to grease them with the spray grease, something like this, military grade. It says right on here, military tested and military tough. It's Nano Pro MT. It's pretty much all kinds of stuff, advanced technology, protects at nano level, corrosion fighter, and all kinds of good stuff. So that's one of the things. But if you leave that bolted on top, that gives some times for them both to get nice and oily, so you can take them out better. And then watch this. It comes off and you have a full control over it. You're not fighting everything. Like, even if you take it to the shops, they'll just rank your stuff off, take your brakes off, and then they just put it back on and they'll return your car, not knowing that every time you take these brakes off, you have to re-bleed them. And the only person who's going to do that is a dealership. Even Bell Tire won't bleed your brakes if they just took them off. If they take them off, they'll put it right back on. But you know, Bell Tire have good mechanics where they will use different methods. But this is something I thought of, and I figured I'll give it a try. And you know what? It works. It works like a charm. So as you can see, that T right here, I'm going to focus right on that for a minute, and you'll see that if I go back up, that's coming down. And if I go back up, it just like that, you can just put it all the way back up, and you don't have to fight the bolt either. You can just take the bolt, which is right here. It has a stopping clip on it. It will go right there smooth. I mean, that bolt goes in so smooth, it's like changing a light bulb. But of course to me, but not to everyone else. But of course, that and the tools you're going to require for this is a 12mm, 13mm. You're gonna also need a 5/8. You're also gonna need a 13/16, a 3/4, a 18mm wrench, 18mm socket. You also try to use snap-on stuff like this, so you don't like strip all your bolts and stuff like that. And for your axle nut, this is something like a big socket you need for axle nut. I think the Ford 500 calls for a 32mm. Also helps to have 2 breaker bars, one good, one small. Definitely a mallet. You don't want to be pounding on the CV axle with the raw hammer like that, raw metal, because what will happen is this part of it will get mushroomed out. This is what goes through here. That's your hub bearing right behind this right behind this rotor. So what happens is when you're beating on it, people don't realize it, that it mushrooms it. Well, mushrooms it, all right, that's one deal. You can always grind that off and put it back on, but it's never the same because it damages your insides of the bolt, and it's always a risky factor to put a bolt on like that while you're trying to drive your car down the freeway and everything like this. So I'm making this quick video. I have hundreds of videos like this changing on my beautiful Crown Victoria right there on the driveway, and of course the Ford 500. I have tons of videos that I will be uploading to my channel soon, right on YouTube, which I call this the Pro Mechanics, which is doing the right way and doing the right way one time, where you're not damaging other parts while you're just trying to change a single part in a hurry, and so on and so forth. So this was a quick video. Once again, I'll make sure you guys take your CV axle off and try not to pull the CV axle out all the way, because once you pull it out, you have to remember that there's gear ratios that it has to go back in correctly. Like, you know, it can't. These are pretty much like pins. As you can see, these grooves right here, they have female grooves and male grooves. So the male grooves have to fall right in place and so on. So pretty much that's a video I'm making for it, where you don't have to take apart all your brakes and calipers, and of course the whole caliper and brakes holder and stuff like that. So I'm making a quick video for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.